What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sleazy here. And look, yesterday was a big day for the internet and a huge win for people who are sick and tired of the DEI nonsense. So I thought I'd cover this because 900 is not really a lot of people in the grand scheme of things, but it needs to be put to the forefront and how much Sweet Baby Inc. is destroying companies. So here we go. Sony announces cut of 900 PlayStation employees. Marvel 2, Spider-Man 2, and The Last of Us Studios among those affected. I couldn't imagine why. I literally went over this in yesterday's video covering the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. This is what they were involved in. These studios are hemorrhaging money so bad. And I know I covered it at the beginning of the year. How many tens of thousands of jobs are being just straight up cut, no longer exist. And honestly, I couldn't be any happier. And again, I think this is exactly what these companies deserve for buying into this stuff. Let them lose billions more. Let them do it. Then, the people who actually care about this stuff can swoop in and buy it with a crowdfund. I'd actually love to see that. I would love to see a group of people crowdfund to buy the rights to Marvel or Sony and just be like, yeah, you know what? We're going to do this the right way. But here we go with the article, and the latest case of video game developers being forced to reduce their workforce after failing to adequately realize their own overzealous expansion plans. Sony has announced that their PlayStation division will soon be saying goodbye to roughly 900 of their colleagues from across the globe. Y'all know what's really going on with that one. Sony standing as the latest entity to suffer a staffing hit amongst the industry's ongoing wave of layoffs was first confirmed this morning on January 27th, courtesy of a message first shared internally to employees before later being made available to the public. And what did they write? The PlayStation community means everything to us, so I felt it was important to update you on a difficult day at our company. All these layoff notes mean nothing to me, and here's why. They're written by HR staff that goes over and combs over everything to make sure you don't have any details on why you're being laid off. They literally just give you the most generic, we're sorry we have to do this, but things have happened in the recent years that require you to be laid off, but you're still a valued part of the family. We're sorry to see you go. It's all generic bullshit. So I'm not going to bother reading the rest of this. To this end, Ryan revealed in his internal message, in addition to the aforementioned global staffing cuts, the company restructuring would also specifically result in the complete closure of PlayStation's London studios. Yes, when that's another country that's bit the woke bullet a little too hard. Perhaps best known for the work on SingStar series and significant reductions at Horizon Call the Mountain VR's develop. Okay, look, VR is a very cool idea. I've had VR headsets, but they make me motion sick. Like, it takes me an hour and a half of playing a game in VR where I just sit down and don't do anything before I can actually play a VR game. So, although I love the idea of VR, I love its potential, it doesn't work for me. In a separate blog post, head of PlayStation Studios head Hermit Hulse confirmed that these layoffs would also affect the Marvel Spider-Man 2 developer Insomniac Games, The Last of Us series, Naughty Dog. Yeah, fuck Naughty Dog. That entire thing just needs to be cut. Everybody from there let go. And Sony Technology creative and support teams. All right, more generic HR speak. Further, the studio had confirmed as parts of these shakeups, we looked at our studios and our portfolio, evaluating projects in various stages of development, and have decided that some of the projects will not move forward. I.e., we bought into the DEI nonsense, we listened to Sweet Baby Inc., and we lost a lot of money. So you're fired. And that's exactly what it is. Unfortunately for those curious, both Hulse and Sony have yet to provide details as to which titles have now found themselves on the cutting floor. It's got to be all this crazy nonsense with all the race swap, gender swaps, trans Django weirdos, and being self-inserted into video games. I hope they're all dead. All of them, every single one. I hope they wasted money and these series never come to fruition. As previously reported, thanks to spending the last 4 years over expanding their operations under the belief that COVID's lockdown video game boom would last forever, numerous companies, including Activision Blizzard, Xbox, Microsoft proper, Riot Games, and even video game streaming platforms like Twitch, have seen their workforces absolutely shredded in service of cutting costs. So we're 4 years later and they're still blaming COVID. When in all actuality, what we saw was the biggest push for DEI nonsense over the last 4 years into every single aspect of media, whether it be news, whether it be television, movies, video games, all of it. It was all the transgender nonsense that they pushed because people were locked in and didn't have anything else to watch. And they thought, well, nobody can do anything. We can just make whatever we want now. And people absolutely love it because, at the time, we're weirdos on Twitter, and anybody who argues against us mysteriously disappears. But that's not the case anymore, thanks to Elon. Now we can actually talk. And don't get it twisted. I know Elon's back to the censorship, and hopefully he sorts that out because it was supposed to be only for Brazil. But it sounds like people are going to start losing Twitters, and it sounds like a lot of people Elon is close to in contact on Twitter are maybe tugging on his ear a little bit, saying, "Hey, you dumbass, you done fucked up." But we'll see. But no, anyway, digressing back to my original story, it was now that we have the voice on Twitter, at least some way to get it out there, because you say anything like this on any other platform and you're gone. And now we got places like Rumble and Kick where they just don't give a shit. You can't actually say these things. You can speak the truth and not be censored for it, which, I'm actually a big fan of. Don't get me wrong, the platforms all have their issues, but it's better. But they're not doing enough to compete. YouTube is still the biggest platform on the planet. Facebook is right there with it. It has the most people out of anybody. It's the easiest place to grow. It's the easiest place to find a niche to talk about things you care about. So, but anyway, like I said, when I went through the video yesterday, all these companies were on Sweet Baby Inc.'s list. Maybe I'll have to do a follow-up on Sweet Baby Inc. because I know I didn't go into the lore of Sweet Baby Inc. And I feel like that would easily be an hour and a half stream at minimum. And that's a lot of time to record a couple hours of stuff, cut it down, edit it, and get it to you guys in a format that you can actually listen to. But it's for you guys. It's for you. Maybe I'll try and do that here in the next week. But anyway, guys, I'm done with my rant. I'm done going off on crazy tangents. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.